Hello everyone, Switch Double here. This is another theater video, but before I start, I can see that some of you have noticed my new OC is a human form rather than my originally alicorn pony form. And before you ask if this one is going to be replacing my alicorn form, it is not. This is something I wanted to try after all I've seen a few other people, other YouTubers within the Brony fandom, which have been using a human form. So I thought, why not try something myself? Anyways, the Wonderbolt theory. Let's start. In the future of the G5, what happened to the Wonderbolts? As we all know, that the Wonderbolts were a great deal of Rainbow Dash life. From a small part of short story, she wanted to be part of the Wonderbolts as long as she has been around. And she managed to do so. And eventually, she did end up to be the new captain of the Wonderbolts after that Spitfire retired at some point. So, here is the question. What happened to the Wonderbolts in the G5? Ever since we know that the ponies were divided once into each tribe again, like what happened before the foundation of Equestria. So, if the Wonderbolts are still around, are they only performing their shows for Pegasi, but not for Earth ponies and unicorns? Ever since that friendship and harmony has been replaced by mistrust and paranoia. So is it possible that the Wonderbolts aren't even perhaps around anymore? But if they are still around, is it possible they perform the shows only for Pegasi? But even if they aren't around, how will this be part of the Rainbow Dash legacy? I know that she had tried and wished that she could have been a Wonderbolt, and she managed to be a full member of the Wonderbolts. And then she stepped up on the ladder in the ranks to be the captain of the Wonderbolts. I know that she would do anything to make sure that her legacy as a Wonderbolt would be remembered for generations. So, into that part of this, like, what happened with the Wonderbolts in the future? Are they still around? Are they disbanded for some reason? Well, we cannot say for certain though, but I really hope that we might see some evidence that is still around or even be mentioned in the G5 movie or TV show. Anyways, let's focus on this one. I know that in the G5 we have no much information about what's going to happen in the TV series itself, but if we only assume that the Wonderbolts are still active even in the future, despite not knowing exactly how far it will be taking place, if it's like 10 years or 100 years in the future. Regardless, apart from that, can the Wonderbolts still be active or being disbanded in the future? Well, in my beliefs and my hopes that they are still around, even active in G5. After all, we know that the G5 will take place, being taken next generation of the G4. But even if that is true, what will happen to G5's Wonderbolts? I mean, we know at the end of the G4, Rainbow Dash ended up to be the new Wonderbolts captain. But there's still a lot of questions about G5 and a lot of, well, how to say, concerns about it. I know that many still wonders and hopes, like the Wonderbolts could have been part of the G5, at least maybe been mentioned for some reason, part of Rainbow's legacy. I know that Rainbow wished that the Wonderbolts could have maintained or to exist for generations. I know for her impression of the Wonderbolts will be part of her great legacy for generations afterwards. not only to be one of the great heroes of the Equestria, but also to be a part of the Wonderbolts, but later the captain of the Wonderbolts. I'm getting off track here, but still. What happened exactly to the Wonderbolts in the future? Are they still around, or has the team entirely been disbanded, and has the Wonderbolt Academy been removed? Well, we can't see it as for certain at the moment. But if the Wonderbolt Academy would have been disbanded also along with the Wonderbolts in the future, despite knowing that the Earth ponies, Pegasi, unicorns live separately, for exactly, even if they were like that, even if the Wonderbolts are still active in the far future, what will their impression be in G5? Will this still be much as this before, performing for all the ponies, or just only for Pegasi? But not only that, what is the legacy of After Rainbow of the Wonderbolts for the future generations? Well, we don't know, but only time can tell when G5 movie or when the TV show starts this year or perhaps early next year. Still, is Wonderbolt still active or disbanded in the G5? That is the question that I want to be asked. In my belief that they might still be active and that the Wonderbolts had been remember Rainbow Dash from her great deals, her great actions and impact of the Equestria, and especially when she has been one of those great heroes, and that now she also perhaps will be remembered one of the most great Wonderbolt leaders through history. So my impression of this, the Wonderbolts are still active, but we can't say for certain at this point. I really hope they are still active service in G5. I mean, I hope that we can see at least something about them. Perhaps not even some future members, but perhaps mention about them, or at least something about the Wonderbolts being mentioned. That's all I want to be hearing about. So, if anyone has their own thoughts or theories, or at least their guess if that the Wonderbolts are still active, let me know in the comment section below. This is Switch Double, over and out.